All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to this Thursday morning Inner Circle Live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody is doing well today and ready to get the day started. So, as always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper for notes, and let's participate and engage. All right. And for the courtesy of everybody on the call, please ensure that your mic is muted if you're not actively asking a question or making a comment. All right. So we will take a look at just a brief look at fundamentals. Benny did an awesome job last night of breaking down the fundamentals and how they play into the market. So if you missed last night's Asian session, please hop over and take a look at the recording. He did an awesome job. So check that out. So we'll take a quick look at the fundamental side, see what's coming up for today, and then we'll hop over and take a look at the chart. So without further ado, let's make that happen. All right. Here we are. So China inflation lowest in a year. China's annual inflation rate to 1%, February 2023 from 2.1% in January, missing the market forecast of 1.9, right? So inflation is really, really low in China. Thumbs up for them. Then we have European stocks fall on Thursday. Equity markets traded in the red on Thursday with the benchmark stock 600 down 0.4%, led by an over 1% loss in mining stocks. You also had Credit Suisse announced that it will delay the publication of its 2022 annual report after a late call from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Wednesday. Meanwhile, investors continue to digest Powell's stance that the U.S. Federal Reserve was prepared to hike interest rates and potentially faster, right? Should upcoming economic data come in strong, right? We've already had some data released that's been pretty strong. We'll take a look at that. And then we got non-farm payroll coming up tomorrow. And if that comes in hot, like the ADP jobs numbers did, then we could see we could see some more hawkishness coming from the Fed. All right. Then we have, one second. Japan Q4 GDP revised lower to show no growth, right? So previously it showed some growth in the fourth quarter. They revised that to show no growth in the fourth quarter for Japan. All right, so keep that in mind looking at those yen pairs. And then U.S. job openings fall less than expected. All right, this is an ADP number. The number of job openings in the United States fell by 410,000 to 10.82 million in January 2023 from an upwardly revised 11.234 million in December, compared to a market expectation of 10.5. A 10.5 million decrease. Over the month, the largest decrease were in construction, accommodations and food services, and finance and insurance. On the other hand, the number of available positions increased in transportation, warehousing, and utilities, and in non-durable goods manufacturing. Meanwhile, the number of hires and total separations changed little, right? The unemployment piece, 6.4 million and 5.9 million respectively, with separations and quits decreased to 3.8 million, lowest since May. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? No? Drop me a one if you can hear me. Benit said he cannot. Let me see here. Ooh. Can you guys hear me now? Drop me a one in the chat. Yes. Okay. I apologize. I'll go back real quick. So we're talking about job openings, right? The ADP report that came out for the United States that ultimately it decreased less than expected there. China inflation rate is lower, right? So it's good for China. Then we had European stocks that fell. Okay, European stocks fell as they digest the Federal Reserve's and Fed Chair Powell's stance that the U.S. is prepared to continue increasing those interest rates. All right, and then we had Japan, the GDP revised lower to show no growth. So we'll keep an eye on that as my bad, everybody. My bad. Things have been interesting over here with the sound. I've been making some changes, trying to make sure everything sounds good, and that issue occurred. So I apologize there. Appreciate you letting me know. And then we had those U.S. job openings, right? And we'll take a look at the Forex factory there. So not a ton overnight, but those things as ultimately the world is watching the Fed to see what they do. All right. So here yesterday, Fed Chair Powell gave another testimony. Yesterday it wasn't as aggressive as the day before. However, he did reiterate that they are looking to continue increasing interest rates, but he did say that they are not set on an interest rate number, right? Not set on an interest rate number. So they're still monitoring to see how the rest of the data comes in. So we'll see how that goes. So this is the ADP non-farm payroll number, right? This is private sector jobs. You had 242,000, right? 242,000 compared to 197,000. So definitely above the expectation there. Bank of Canada held their rates, right? And that was expected. And then you had JOLTS job openings. These were the number of job openings was above the expectation. Okay. As we come into today, right, we got unemployment claims coming in at 8:30. Then tonight we have Bank of Japan's monetary policy, right? They got the new delegate in. We'll see what that is. Expected to keep things the same as has been stated over the last month. But we also want to see what the news conference is like and what the statement says, right? So if there's any indication of anything being reviewed or could be changed, we could see some shifts in the yen. So we'll watch that close and see how things go, especially with the GDP being adjusted to show no growth. All right, so we'll keep an eye there. We also got UK GDP month over month coming out tomorrow morning, 2 a.m. And then we got, right, non-farm payroll and all of those reports. And then the unemployment and employment rates coming out of Canada. So things for us to watch and pay attention to as we move through the day. So we will continue to monitor things there. Okay. Any questions from a fundamental perspective? No questions. All right. Let's keep rocking. All right. So let's hop over to the charts. We'll take a look at the dollar. And then we'll dive into, I want to come back to that Euro CAD and check it out. So let me drop this down. Where's the button at here? Can't move it. Hold on one second, everybody. There we go. All right. The dollar. We said, right, we had this nice push. Let's go back to the daily. We had this nice push to the upside, right? Broke this level of resistance. And we said we want to see price come back and retest. And that's what we're getting, right? We're getting price to pull back and retest this level. We'll see if we push a little bit deeper back into that zone as we finish out the week this week. And then we'll see what happens from there, right? So on our dollar pairs and dollar crosses, we're seeing retracements happen. Okay, seeing retracements happen. So we'll come back to that 4-hour time frame. And this is the look here, right? The fresh AB boundary. Here's that retracement. Okay, so pulling back on the dollar, right? We'll look for price to come back into this zone here. The zone of consolidation that we broke out of. All right. So that's the dollar. We'll run through some of these dollar pairs real quick. I know we looked at the euro dollar yesterday morning. We said we wanted to see, we had a fresh AB boundary on the 1-hour time frame. All right. Push below that B boundary, didn't quite get to the 118 to 127 zone. And now we're getting that rise, right? We come down to the 15 and we looked at it. We said we wanted to see a break of the cloud, break out of that consolidation, which we got. All right, that's that 1 hour. Whoops. Come back to the 15. Here's the 15. And there's the fib there. This is that 15-minute fib, like so. Okay. So we got a 15-minute fib here where we do have that 80-20 scenario, shallow retracement, 118, 127. We wanted to see a break of the cloud to the upside. And we got that on the 15. We'll drop to the 5 and see the consolidation that occurred beforehand. But we got the nice break. We got a pullback to retest that daily level. And now we're pushing to the upside. All right. So this one is moving in our favor up to the tune of 36 pips currently. All right. Drop down to the 5. We'll look at that cloud break that we got. All right. Price was moving through the cloud here. We got a nice push to the upside. Still didn't break out of that consolidation. We got the break out of the consolidation here. All right. And we pushed up, pulled back to retest, a little bit more consolidation, and now we're breaking to the upside here. All right. So it was a little back and forth, but we are on the move. Looking for this one to get to at least the TP1 level, but we'd love to get it to that TP2. All right. Any questions on this euro dollar?
Nope, none whatsoever.
Appreciate it, Tyrone. All right, cool deal. The Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar here on the 1 second. Not sure how these got flipped. Interesting. There we go. All right. So we talked about this one yesterday, right? Coming into this daily support level, strong bearish move, strong decision, indecision. Now we're pushing back to the upside, getting this move back higher. So this could be a morning star pattern, right? Morning star pattern, push to the upside, looking to see if price comes back and retests the zone that it broke out of. On the 4, right, is where our 80-20 scenario lies. Right, shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone here. Right, we got that consolidation. Now we're pushing higher. All right, now we'll watch to see how things transpire. We may not break above this daily level here. We could just push back into the zone and then turn back over and come back down in favor of the dollar. All right, so we'll continue to monitor that, but pushing to the upside nonetheless. So as we come down to the 1, we had that fresh AB boundary. Right, we said we love for it to get into that 118, 127 zone, but it may not. Right, and here we have it. Right, double bottom type scenario here. All right, and now we're pushing to the upside. Okay, so we'll monitor to see what happens when price gets to this 66868 level. But we are moving north to the tune of 24 pips, potential of 97 to the upside there on the Aussie dollar. All right. And there was the look from the 15. Okay. Any questions here on the Aussie dollar? And did anybody get into these dollar pairs? No? All right. Cool deal. Aussie. Okay. Nice work, AJ. Euro dollar. All right. Sweet. 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 Great work, Carolyn. Benny, good morning, bro.
Ryan, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How you doing, Ryan?
I am doing well this morning, man. How are you?
Doing great. Now that I can get logged on, I had to reset my phone, man. I don't know what was going on.
That new update was interesting on the on iPhone. So I'm not. I've had some issues on some things too. So
Yeah, it was just stuck. So, but once I reset, I was all good. So,
for sure, for sure. Great session last night, man. Breaking down the
hey,
fundamentals, dude.
hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Phenomenal breakdown.
Yeah, we had a lot. Appreciate it. We had a lot of good questions. A lot of good questions. Right, that kind of took us down that road, and it was ended up pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Anything this morning that you got your eyes on?
Uh, no, I mean, I did take I'm in the Aussie CAD. I'm still holding that Euro GBP to the short side. Um, I didn't take the Aussie dollar. I missed that one, but I am in that NZD, USD. Um, yeah, I'm down just a little bit, like 2 pips right now in the Aussie Swiss, and that NZD CHS. I'm down like almost like 3 pips. It just keeps bouncing around, but that's what I'm sitting in right now at this moment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at a few of those.
Hmm.
Cool deal, man. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
Let's make one change here. There we go. All right, cool deal. So that's the Aussie dollar. Uh, mentioned the Euro GBP. I don't know what's happening here. Um, and that Euro GBP is off the 1 hour, right?
Yep. And that's closing in on that first target. So,
Yep, the first TP1 there. All right.
yep.
Clean this up a bit. All right, that played out as we anticipated happening there. All right, we see shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. Beautiful move down to the 618 level. Push to the D extension. Now the cycle continues, right? So looking short here, right? Post off the B boundary. Now we're coming into TP1, right? Right there. Okay. So that one is on the move. Let's come back. Not sure what's happening with my charts, why they're all mixed up here, but daily time frame, right? Push to the top of the range. Been ranging a bit here, right? Push to the top of the range. Now we're getting this nice retracement, right? Nice pullback. Ultimately, right? We're bullish with the euros, so looking for price ultimately to push long, but stuck in this range right now. We'll need to break out to the upside or to the downside whenever that comes. We'll come down to the 4 hour, right? And we see that range a little bit more closely here. Okay. And this is that pullback. This is that pullback after a nice strong push to the upside. Retracement. We'll look for low price and then opportunity to get long. Okay. So then now coming back to that 1 hour here, right, gives us a little bit more context to why we're looking at this move here. Right. And once we get to a low price, we'll then look for an opportunity, right, to move long. Okay. So that was a beautiful setup there. Beautiful play off the B boundary. Set up 37 pips at TP1, TP2, 65. All right. That's the Euro GBP. I want to take a look at this Euro CAD. because we had the bank statement or the rate statement for Canadian dollar yesterday, right? So we're pushing long, right? Still hawkish ECB. Rates held for the Bank of Canada, right? So prices pushing to the upside, right? We're coming into this weekly resistance level at 146,383. Come down to the daily time frame, right? Head and shoulders pattern is still intact. We'll see if it stays that way, right? But we're pushing long nonetheless, right? Pushing long nonetheless. We'll see if we push higher and retest this weekly 146,383. But we're bullish right now in this B boundary zone on the daily time frame. All right. We come down to the 4. You see that head and shoulders pattern a little bit more clearly, and we still are in this 118, 127 zone on the 4-hour time frame. Right. So here's the head and shoulders pushing up, getting a little bit of indecision right now, but we could potentially see this head and shoulders pattern invalidated, right, if we push back to that weekly resistance level. So we'll continue to watch to see what happens here. All right. If we break this level, we hit that D extension, then we'll start the cycle all over again. All right. Then we'll start the cycle all over again. So just be aware of that. We come down to the 1. And on the 1, we hit our D extension. All right. We hit our D extension. We were looking at a potential double top scenario here. Right. And on the lower time frame, we did get a bit of a retracement here. Right. But price pushed up, hit our D extension. Now we want to watch to see what the reset looks like. All right. When we get a fresh swing high, if that's at that level, right, 118, 127 zone does come in alignment with that 146,383 weekly resistance level, right, which is in line with that head of the head and shoulders. Okay. So that would invalidate that if we get that continued push to the upside there, right, which wouldn't be far off considering the fundamental perspective. All right. So keep that in mind. Okay. Come down to the 1. I know I posted a YouTube video on this one. We did get down to TP1, right? We did get to TP1 off this move. We didn't push into that 118, 127 zone fully. Got a little wick action here in the zone, right? And then we broke down, right? So TP1 was 57, 60, between 57 and 69 pips, right? Almost to that 50% level. So it was a decent move to the downside. All right. Now we're pushing long. Okay. Now we're pushing long. We didn't get the deep retracement like we would have loved to see, and we didn't get that full turnover of the head and shoulders pattern like personally I would have loved to see. Right. But again, the market doesn't care about how I feel. All right. So, so we'll see as price continues to move to the upside here, what happens at the top of this range here. All right. We'll see what happens and see if we get there and then turn over and get a deeper retracement. All right. But we did get to TP1. Now we're pushing back long, and we'll see what happens at the top of the range. Any questions on this Euro CAD?
No, sir.
All right. Cool deal. Cool deal. Cool deal. Let's look at the Swiss yen real quick. It's finally starting to play a little bit of ball. Benny, did your charts get mixed up like this, man?
Some of them did.
That's weird. All right. All right, cool deal. Right, we looked at on the daily time frame, hovering in this range, right? Sideways push, looking to see if we get price to turn over and press down, right? I'm going to click through these quickly, but 118, 127 zone on the 4-hour off of a shallow retracement, looking for price to push to the downside. We're starting to get that move, okay? We're starting to get that move. Here on our 1, we also have an 80-20 scenario right here, all right? So starting to get the move to the downside, broke back below the daily level, pushed back up, tried to retest, and now we're pushing short again. A little bit of consolidation over the last few hours. All right, so we're looking for this to continue to move to the downside, right? We took this entry live in the session, right, here in Smart Trader. You can see the profit down at the bottom here, 45 pips, right, as price continues to move. So we'll continue to monitor this trade as it moves in the direction. Look at it just a little bit more closely here. On the 15, we did get a 618 retracement, right, and that was that break back below that daily level. And now we're on the go. All right. So moving in our favor, still got a ways to go, still got some work to do. Also understand that we got the rate statement for the Bank of Japan coming out late tonight, early morning. So we'll see what transpires there and see if we get a catalyst to push this further to the downside. All right. So longer term swing trade here, but on the go. Potentially, right? Got some levels to break through, but starting to move in our favor. Okay. Any questions here on the Swiss yen?
Nope. Good setup.
Appreciate that, man. We'll continue to monitor the pound Aussie. There we go. Pound Aussie, right? We've been watching this one daily time frame. Still haven't gotten a 382, right? Still haven't gotten there. Been hovering in this long-term range here, right? Push back up. We have not really been able to close above this daily resistance level, right? Tried to get a breakdown here, really couldn't. Now we got some indecision, and we're just pushing sideways for the most part here. All right, so we come down to the 4. We got this 80-20 scenario here, right? Shallow retracement, pushed into the 118, 127 zone, got a double top here, right? Now we're just pressing sideways here, trying to gain a direction, okay? Trying to gain a direction. So we'll see if this one plays out. I got my stop above the B extension, which isn't very far, but we'll watch to see 80, 85 pips-ish, right? So we'll see if we're able to stay below or get below this daily level and really turn over and press down to the downside to get us to that 382. All right, so we got a ways to go still, just hovering and pressing to the pressing sideways. So we'll continue to monitor. Right, we'll come down to the 1 hour here. Right, press down. We got a 618 retracement, 50% retracement. Right, pull back, and again that sideways push. Right, so not much to see on the 1 hour, but we did get this nice move down here. Right, did get the nice move down out of the 118, 127 zone after the shallow retracement, right? So that 80-20 scenario played out there on the 1 hour. Now we're looking for the longer term move. So on the 1 hour, that was a 152 pip move to the downside out of that 118, 127 zone. Okay. So now we're looking to see if we get that longer term move to play out in the longer term swing. Okay. So that's the update on the pound Aussie. Dollar Swiss. It's another one that we pulled the trigger on. Let's zoom out. Watching this one for a while, right? Pushing out of the zone. Okay. Pushing to the upside here. Came into daily resistance level, right? Kind of similar in line with the dollar. Okay. Come down to the 4. We'll look at this a little bit more closely here. All right, we're going to fib off the low, like so. All right, and we're getting this pullback here. Okay, getting this pullback here. We already got a 50% retracement, right? But we got another push to the downside as the dollar retraces. So will this pair. Okay, so will this pair. So we come down to the 1, and we'll run that fib again off the low. Like so, right? Ultimately, we're looking for price to get to that D extension at some point, but we're getting this shorter term retracement here. Okay. So if we zoom in and just look at this last impulsive move to the upside, this is the play that we had that we're playing the retracement on, right? We'll look at on the 15-minute time frame as well. AB boundary, price turned over, giving us a retracement here. Okay, giving us the retracement there. So we'll come down to the 15, and this looks more like this. All right, there's the 80-20 play. Okay, so yesterday we entered this one at this level, right, and price is moving in our favor. Took a little bit to get going, right, but off that entry to the downside, we're looking at 49, 50 pips in profit, just shy of the TP2 level. All right, so we'll see if we get another push down, gets that TP2 level. Okay, TP1 being there, and TP2 being there. All right. Any questions on the dollar Swissy? Nope. Okay. Cool deal. So go. Hold on one second, everybody. My bad, everybody. But TP2 there. Let's take a look at this. Benny said you're in the Aussie CAD. Let's take a look at it. So we'll come to the weekly first, right? Has a nice push down to this weekly support level and see the reaction, right? See the reaction here on the weekly time frame. So we come down to the daily double bottom scenario. Double bottom scenario at 618 retracement level. Boom. Now we're pushing long. Broke back above this daily support level, right? Now we're moving along, coming into this previous consolidation zone. We'll see how price responds there to see if we continue pushing to the upside. All right, come down to the 4. And this is what you have. Fresh AB boundary. Take the cloud off for a second. Cleaner look. Fresh AB boundary at that weekly support level. Right? And we talk about this all the time where we look at these B boundaries and the 118, 127 zones off shallow retracements coming in alignment with these key support and resistance levels. With these key support and resistance levels, and we see reactions. We see reactions, right? So it's really, really powerful. And it's one of those reasons why I only mark my support and resistance down to the daily time frame, right? Because these reactions off those levels are super powerful. All right. So fresh AB boundary here on the 4, boom. And we got the reversal, right? 83 pips, 77 pips to the good so far. That's on the 4. Come down to the 1 hour, right? And we're looking for that reversal. Okay. On the 1, same thing. Fresh AB boundary. We got the turn. Didn't happen at the daily level, happened at the weekly level. And you see, right, we broke back above that daily level, came back and retested that level, and then we pushed. Right? So continue along there. That's great work there, bro. Great work there. Come down to the 15.
Appreciate it.
And here is the setup. Let's see, did I have? Let me see something here. Oops. Maybe. See where that came from. Just looking to see where that fib came from. I think it came off the last high. There we go. There we go. All right. There's our AB boundary. Shallow retracement, 118, 127 zone. Boom. All right. So here on the 15, we're almost at that TP1 level. Right. But a beautiful move out of that 118, 127 zone. We're on the go. Right. Just what we're looking for. Just what we're looking for. Right. Beautiful swing. Beautiful swing out of the zone. All right. So we'll continue to watch that one there. Excuse me, as it gets up into these deeper retracement levels. Okay. Questions on the Aussie CAD? No. Okay. Aussie Swissy. Daily time frame. All right. Nice deep push. 8-6 retracement level. Broke the weekly support level, but we're just pressing sideways now. Trying to push back up. Trying to push back up above that. All right. So we'll see what happens as things continue to move forward. Come down to the 4. And here on the 4, we got a fresh AB boundary. All right. So we're just hovering here at this weekly support level, 62032. Right. I want to see, do we get price to start to take off to the upside, at least coming back to retest this daily level at 63002. Okay. Come down to the 1. And here's where we had our 80-20 scenario. Shallow retracement. $118, $127 zone. All right. So we're just being patient here. Just being patient. At some point, right, we'll look for price to do this. Okay. So just ranging right now, looking for price to move to the upside. All right. So be patient and allow it to do what it does. Once it gets going, it'll be going. Questions here on the Aussie Swiss. All right. Just be patient with it. Keep your stop wide and let it do its thing. The CAD Swiss is another one to check out. So daily time frame. We're still hovering in this B boundary zone, right? We're looking to see if we got a bounce off of this daily support level here. Did not, right? We broke through those. So I'm going to take these out now, right? No longer recent and relevant support levels. Now we're headed back down to 67703, right? Weekly support level, bottom of this range. All right. Top of the range, bottom of the range. Okay. So we'll see if we get price to bounce off of that, or if we break through it and continue moving to the downside. Understanding that from a fundamental perspective, right? The Canadian dollar is a little on the weaker side. Okay. So move down to the 4. Okay. Just the break of that level. Take it out. And you see there on the 4, we're also hovering at the B boundary. We got the 118, 127 zone below this cluster of support, weekly, monthly, and daily levels. We got a little bit to do to break through those levels to get to this 118 and 127 zone. So we'll continue to monitor to see if we're able to do it at some point. Down on the 1, right? We're looking for this bounce to happen, and it did. It got us to TP1, right? Bounced off that daily support level initially before we broke it. We did get to TP1 here, right? Did get to that level, and then we collapsed and pushed down. Oops. Collapsed and pushed down. Didn't get to that D extension just yet, just shy. Take that out. Just shy of that D extension by very, very little. 67845. 67865, right? So just barely missed that D extension. Likely get another push to the downside here. Right? We'll see if price turns over and gives us something like this. And then we'll look for a fresh AB boundary and see if we get that pullback. Right? But the original setup here, we did get to TP1 off the support, 32 pips to the upside. Okay. Now we wait. Now we wait for a reset. All right. I don't think there was anything on the 15. Let's see. Yeah, that was the play off the 15-minute time frame here with that push to the upside off the B boundary. So I'm going to run the smart fibs on this one to the downside just to see where we sit. That one is coming to an end. That's that 118, 127 zone. So we'll take these out now. We did make it there. Now I want to run the fib off the high. Yep. Bang. All right. So we got a fresh AB boundary here. Inconveniently, right, 118, 127 zone is in line with that weekly support level. Okay. Hovering right now. So we'll watch this closely to see if we get this push. And then something like that. Okay. So let's continue to monitor this one and see how things transpire. Okay. That's what we're looking for there on the CAD Swiss. Questions on the CAD Swiss? No? All right, cool deal. We got about 15 minutes left. Do you guys have any pairs that you're looking at that you want me to take a look at? All right, pound CAD. Let's take a look at it, Benit. There we go. Let's see. All right, weekly time frame. Nice push off the support level. All right, moving to the upside, starting to get some wicks, a little bit of indecision. Come to the daily. Got to the 382. Stuck at this daily resistance level here. Update this resistance level there as well. Take that down. Okay, so just ranging right now in this tight zone. All right, support level there. Take that down also. So we're stuck in this tight range here, looking for a breakout to the upside or to the downside. So let's come to the 4. So on the 4, got a 618 reach 786. Just shy of the 786 retracement level here, right? Evening star pattern, breakdown, coming back to retest that daily level. Got some indecision. All right. So off of this, could be looking short here. All right. Got some indecision coming out of the UK, but potentially dovish also. But we know we got a dovish Canadian dollar, so we'll watch to see how this transpires. We could continue to stay in this range a bit, but two things: either we break these levels and continue lower, or we come to the bottom of the range and then push back to the top of the range and we stay stuck in this range for a bit. All right. So that's on the 4. Let's come down to the 1. Here on the 118, 127 zone, 80-20 played out. Top of the range there. Let's see something here. Push down sideways there. So I'm looking at this one more as a range play. Starting to get a reaction there. I'm going to run the fib. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. All right, so here just running the fib off the bottom of the range. Okay. Here we got a fresh AB boundary, and we'll look at it on the 15-minute as well. But at this daily resistance level, look to see if we get this thing to turn over and press down. If we break above, right, we could head to this next daily level, hit the D extension there on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so we'll watch that there. Come down to the 15. Let's see what we got. Took out the A there. Take these out. And we'll run this fib off the low also. Bang. Similar story to the 1, right? So this is the 15-minute look here. AB boundary trying to press down. We could see that retracement come and see price make its way to the bottom of the range. That's kind of how I'm looking at this one right now, unless we fully break above this level and just start heading higher. So I'm looking at this more as a range play here, opposed to anything else. Let's copy this. I'm going to take this down to the 15 and look at it there also. I'm sorry, down to the 5. Haven't broken the cloud yet on the 5. That's that AB boundary off the 15-minute. Still got a bullish cloud ahead, so we may push up higher in the short term. We'll see if we break above that level. So this daily level is going to be key for us to follow, right? If we push up and we break above that level, watch for a retest and then another push. Okay. That's what the 15-minute fib. What do the 5-minute fibs look like? Similar story. So we'll watch this. All right. You just barely missed a 382 there on the 5. You're pushing long. I think if we break above this daily level, we'll continue long. Right. If we stay below, we'll be in that range and we'll push back down to the bottom of the range. That's what are you seeing on that, Benit? Anything different?
Nope, I'm in the same place with that.
Same place with Benny. Yeah.
Yep.
Benny said the same
Yep.
thing. Okay. Yeah. That's my thought there. Yeah. So we'll watch it and see. All right. You can look out on the 5, see if you get that cloud break. That can be your indication for that reverse on press down. Cool deal. Appreciate it. Any other pairs you got your eyes on? You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Great work. No? Benny, anything else before we wrap it up today, bro?
No, sir. Great session as always. I look forward to seeing everybody tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir. All right, good people. Hold on 1 second. Yep. All right. Cool deal. We'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Asian session with my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Keep your eyes on the charts. See if things move into your favor. Be patient. Allow the market to come to you. You guys have an awesome day. We'll see you later. Peace.